Hiya, I hope you're okay. Today's video is super quick and it's all about brushes. So I've just been getting ready for work. I've done a really quick smoky eye and I thought it's a perfect time to show you which brush does which part of your eye makeup. So I hope you enjoy. Just to say before I get into it, I'm going to really talk about the shapes of these brushes. Don't feel like you've got to go out and buy something new. If you have a brush that matches this shape, it will do the same job. So go and grab your makeup bag and you might find you've already got everything that you need at home. First of all, to press colour onto the lid, I would take a flat brush. This will pick up lots of product. It gives you that initial wash of colour that you can then blend with a different shape. So I'm going to take the plum shade. This is the IT Cosmetics Naturally Pretty Love Essentials palette. And I'm going to take this kind of matte velvety plum. And also just to tell you that as always, if you're watching this on Instagram, if you make this IGTV video full screen, the title will come up at the top. There's an arrow next to the title that you can click and a full list of everything I'm using will be in there. Now for that shadow, I'm just first of all tapping the excess off on the back of my hand and making sure that it's quite flat into the brush so that it doesn't drop all the way down my face. Now, to be honest with you, if you're going for a really smoky eye, I would always recommend to do your eyes first and then do your base. But the thing is, because I'm getting ready for QVC, I have to take my base off because I'm showing a base product this evening. So it doesn't really matter to me if I make a few spills while I'm showing you this. But for you, if you're going super smoky, always start with the eyes and then you can tidy up any mistakes and make sure that your base stays really flawless. So as you can see, this is a MAC 239 brush, by the way. In the first instance, I'm just patting this on and I'm pretty much taking it up to where there's a natural fold in my eye, do you see? And I'm not going to go 100% into that inner corner because I'm going to put a lighter shade to brighten that up. And if you do have any drop down, literally take a clean brush and just buff it off, and 9 times out of 10 you can kind of get away with that. Now to blend, you definitely need a fluffy brush. This is Amy Connolly's The Taperer brush, but one of the reasons why I often just explain the shape rather than give you the brand name and the number is because you probably have something flat and something that's going to blend. So don't feel like you have to go out and buy something new. If you have brushes in these shapes, they will do exactly the same job. Now, you've got a couple of options. I would always clean this brush more so than your other brushes. You could, if you wanted to, like I'm doing here, pull that colour up with this clean brush and kind of use that to soften the edge. That's one option. Or you can put a different colour on this brush that's slightly lighter to give the illusion of it fanning out, and I think that's what I'm going to do. Now, just to even up, I am going to take the same brush through this plum, but I'm going to show you in a moment so you can already see that that really softens the edge. However, I'm going to show you the importance of working in that other colour. Now, I'm actually going to take a contour shade. This is from an IT Cosmetics Hello Cheekbones palette. I'm going to take that on the same brush and actually go a little bit higher than my natural crease. And what I want to achieve, gone a little bit too full there, but don't worry, I can soften that out. What I want to achieve is that you have this kind of bronze into plum into nothing. So let me match it on the other side. And then once you've got a nice soft blend, what we're then going to do is go back with our flat brush and make sure that all that plum that we've softened out, we go back in and re-intensify. Although to be honest with you, now that it's really soft, it kind of matches this jumper. I'm not wearing this jumper this evening though. This is just my little cozy jumper. And I'm just going to make sure I've taken that fluffy brush on these inner corners as well to create a nice soft wash all over. Now, I'm actually loving how soft that is, but just for argument's sake, so that I've shown you, you want to go back in now with your flat brush, and I'm going to go in with exactly the same colour, which is this plum. And essentially what I want to do is retrace the steps of that plum to make sure that I have got a nice dense wash of it on the lid. And then I'm going to go in again with the blending brush, soften the edge, and make sure that we have this lovely gradient between the two colours. I'm not going to put any more product on this. I'm just going to allow the brush to sit between those two shades and just help them to marry up a little bit. Now, the third brush I'd recommend is something in this kind of pencil shape. This is a Zoeva 230 brush, but again, anything in that kind of pencil shape is going to be brilliant. This is a really great brush for going along the lash line to create kind of a liner finish with a darker shadow, or like I'm going to do with the same plum, just tracing the lash line to kind of give a little bit of smokiness to the lower lashes, the upper lashes, or even in the outer corners if you were going to do a smoky eye. Now, if you have some kind of brush that matches the description of each of those, you're going to be able to nail any kind of smoky eye that you want to do. And then just to really finish this off, I'm going to take a little bit of purple liner through the waterline as well. Now, this is a PC07 from Peaches, but it matches that kind of pencil brush shape I was telling you about. I'm just going to take a little highlighter shade on the inner corners of the eyes here and take a tiny bit under the brow bone, again, so that I'm accentuating that arch and creating a nice moment of highlight under the brow. You've got your bronze through the socket, the plum on the lids, but again, that kind of shape, you could absolutely reuse the same brush, but just because I had a clean one here, I wanted to keep it clean. That's a really good one for smaller details as well. And there you have it. Those three brushes will do any smoky eye for you. Just to recap, something flat is brilliant to pack the shadow onto the lid. Something in a pencil shape is great to go under the lashes, along that lash line, or in the outer corners to add drama. And something fluffy is essential if you want that really seamless blended look. If I had to choose, if you were to get one brush, it would be the MAC 217 brush. So keep that in mind. It's a really good all-rounder. Or if you want one brush that adapts to all of those shapes, you might like the IT Cosmetics Superhero Shadow Brush. This one, you can click up and click down to make it a bit more dense or a bit softer. That's another one I use all the time. I hope that was helpful, and I'll chat to you soon.